This is Seth, and welcome to the Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Monday, September 21st, 2025, and tonight I'll be talking about Monday Night Raw, but of course, I'm not alone. Joining me for this review is none other than Michael 101591.
How you doing, guys? Thank you, Attila, once again for having me on, and let's just say this Monday Night Raw put me in a good mood tonight.
Yeah, definitely Monday Night Raw was a lot better than WrestlePalooza, I would say. If I ranked shows on a letter grade, this was definitely not. This would be like in between a B and a C.
Yeah.
All right. But let's kick things off talking about the main event, which surprise, surprise, was not the Vision for once.
Thank God.
Right? So the main event ended up being Asuka versus Rhea Ripley here. Now, obviously, this match has been building for weeks, as we all know. Asuka seems to have an issue with Iyo Sky talking to Rhea, and she told her that Iyo Sky was not. She told Rhea that Iyo Sky was not her friend. And remember, before Iyo Sky's match with Stephanie Vaquer, Asuka had reminded her that she did not win alone. So there was some tension brewing between Asuka and Iyo Sky here. So I honestly thought this was a really great main event.
I thought it was a very good match as well.
Yeah, this was a good match. One of the things that I liked here was a hesitation from Kairi Sane, even though she and Asuka have matching hair colors. Like, Asuka wanted her to cheap shot Rhea Ripley while the ref was distracted, and she just flattened out refused. So I question if Kairi Sane's gonna fully turn heel with Asuka, or if we're gonna see her possibly see Asuka turn on Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane.
Right.
Rhea Ripley won this match, which obviously angered Asuka. And at the end, Iyo Sky came out trying to get in the middle, but it made things worse. And that is when Asuka finally betrayed Iyo Sky after weeks of tension, and she misted Rhea Ripley. And this is what Rhea Ripley looked like.
Nice Smurf.
Yeah. So I thought this was
Ripley.
I thought this was pretty well executed. I thought that the betrayal was going to happen at WrestlePalooza, but again, as I mentioned on the WrestlePalooza review, Asuka was right. Iyo Sky can't do it alone, right? Because she went out there alone and lost. So, we'll see what happens to that. But I honestly do think this is leading to Asuka versus Iyo Sky, which is a match that a lot of people want. And I actually really like the story that they're building that they're using for this, and that didn't involve the title. So I like this. What about you?
Yeah, I like that as well. I kind of knew that this was coming, and the Kabuki Warriors end up turning tonight.
Yeah, and you know what this means, player. Holla, we're probably gonna get a tag match at a Crown Jewel. Iyo Sky and Rhea Ripley.
Holla.
Iyo Sky and Rhea Ripley versus the Kabuki Warriors.
That's gonna be probably for next week's Raw.
Yeah, this is definitely we're gonna get that at Crown Jewel. So.
Crown Jewel.
Yeah, I think the match happened at Crown Jewel. But this was good. This was really good.
I was thinking it would happen next week, but I sense maybe they'll hold it off for Crown Jewel.
Well, yeah, I think they'll hold it off for Crown Jewel.
Got to build the house show.
Okay, so a Monday Night Raw kicked off with Cody Rhodes. Surprise, surprise. Not the Usos, not LA Knight, but Cody Rhodes. Which we find out that at Crown Jewel, he's going to face Seth Rollins. And of course, he was interrupted by Seth Rollins. Actually, this is like a rehash of the original rivalry, like Cody and Seth. Like, Seth Rollins was Cody Rhodes' first rivalry upon his return.
Can I say that? Who asked for another match with Cody and Seth?
Nobody.
Nobody asked for this. Why are we
They
getting
should have,
it again?
because they didn't want to do Drew heel versus heel, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins.
That would have been better.
Yeah, it would have been, honestly. But I really like the fact that Cody did bring up the fact that Rollins hasn't defeated him.
Yeah. In all the matches they had, he was never beat.
Exactly.
So I'm like, well, we're gonna get another Cody win match.
The Vision does come out there, but Seth Rollins doesn't allow
Sable.
him. Yeah. Like, seriously, I wouldn't have mind the Cody promo, even if it would have been your run-of-the-mill Cody Rhodes promo. I just do not want the Vision to open Raw. I don't want the Vision opening Raw, and I don't want them closing Raw. It feels like fucking Groundhog Day.
They opened Raw tonight, but they didn't close it.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Let's see who opens Raw next week.
The Vision main event will be the Vision as well.
You're funny.
It will be like that. I think they gave us a break for 1 week, and then next week we're back to the Vision in the main event.
Yeah. So we also get the Warriors and Penta Cero Miedo.
But before we talk about that, what do you think of the opening segment?
At least they didn't use the opening segment to set up the main event or to set up a match. I just would have preferred if Cody Rhodes just cut the same old promo he always cuts, as opposed to the Cody Rhodes getting interrupted by the Vision.
I mean, it was a good segment, but it's the same old. The Vision comes out there, opens the show, and you take out LA Knight and the Usos.
You know what would have been a really good way to kick off Raw? To have a brawl between Cody and Seth Rollins. That would have been a really great way to kick off Monday Night Raw. With no Vision, just Cody and Seth out there.
But we've seen a brawl with them before.
Yeah.
So
I'm just tired of the Vision.
I get it.
All right. So you get the Warriors and Penta versus the New Day and Grayson Waller in a 6-man no DQ match, with Penta picking up the win here for his team. Honestly, Penta came in strong. He came in hot. And now I feel like he's just
stuck in the mid card.
Yeah, he's stuck in the mid card. Like, I feel like they're just biding their time until they reunite the Lucha Brothers at this point.
Yeah, which that won't be until the next draft.
Yeah, if there's a draft.
There has to be a draft coming.
Right. But, Penta's a really great wrestler. The Warriors, the tag team division on Raw could use some spice. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they need to reunite the Lucha Brothers, because where it's the Judgment Day, the War Raiders, New Day. That's it.
That's it.
Only 3 teams on Raw compared to how many on SmackDown? So, all right.
And then you have you had the Creed Brothers as well.
Oh yeah, the Creed Brothers. I forgot about the Creed Brothers. That's 4.
Where they been?
I don't know. Good question. All right. So Stephanie Vaquer.
It was a good match. It was an exciting match, though.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it wasn't a bad match. I'm just saying, like, they're obviously kind of trying to do stuff with Penta until they reunite the Lucha Brothers. So Stephanie Vaquer basically, like, thanked the fans, talked about how hard all the sacrifices she made to get to the WWE, and that she would be on SmackDown because she wants to see who she will face at Crown Jewel for the title.
Yeah, pretty much. Tiffany Stratton's Women's Championship is going to be on the line in a triple threat on SmackDown, and the winner will face Stephanie Vaquer at Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel Women's Championship, which is a title that's only going to be for Crown Jewel. I'm like, what a waste of titles. Yep,
right.
For the men's and the women's. They're not going to be defended anywhere but Crown Jewel. So whoever wins at Crown Jewel, they're going to have, they're the champion, and then they're going to have to wait till next year's Crown Jewel.
So we get Roxanne Perez versus Bayley. I actually really like this new persona that you're doing with Bayley. I don't want to see it's like like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of thing. Maybe it's like a
It's like
Two-Face. You think it's Two-Face or like more like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde?
I think of it as the film Split with James McAvoy.
Oh, James McAvoy. Split. Yeah, I get what you're talking about.
I enjoy that.
I didn't even think of that.
It's a good movie.
No, I know. I heard it was. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was.
Because it takes place in the Unbreakable universe.
I've watched Unbreakable, but yeah, I heard that too. So you think she's got all these different personalities?
Yeah.
Okay. I think she could pull it off.
I think it's going really well.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. Especially because like you involve Lyra Vaquer, and remember last week, Bayley yelled at Lyra last week, and now this week
she came into her like room, and then she started getting all mad at Lyra.
Yeah, exactly. And Bayley snapped and she took out Roxanne Perez because Raquel and Roxanne attacked Lyra during this match. But then Bayley herself kind of stopped at Lyra when she attempted to congratulate her.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like maybe your theory is correct. Maybe it is a split theory.
And then next week we're gonna be getting Bayley versus Raquel.
Bayley versus Raquel. What about Bayley? Which version of Bayley though?
Just the hugger kind. And then in the end, it's gonna be a role model.
Oh, the role model, yeah. Bayley is my role model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then probably got to get Bayley versus Lyra at Crown Jewel.
Mm-hmm. I could see that happening.
But it was a good match. Decent match.
Yeah. So it seems like Dominic Mysterio has another challenger for the IC title in the form of Rusev, who Dom wanted someone from the Judgment Day to take care of Rusev. Balor declined, and JD stepped up to the plate, except it turned into a match.
Well, he asked Balor, like, oh, what are you doing tonight? He goes, he's busy. He asked McDonagh. He said he's busy. And then Roxanne Perez comes in and says, oh, well, Dominic needs help. We're the Judgment Day. So it kind of led to Roxanne saying to JD, well, you got to go out there. Help Dominic, take care of Rusev.
Yes, and Rusev ended up winning by submission here. Now, it's interesting that Dom did not help JD, and Finn Balor ran down there to help him. And it seemed like they got into an argument here.
Yeah. Balor was like to Dominic, oh, why didn't you help? And Dominic was like, oh, I did help. I'm like, no, you didn't. You just stood on the ring apron.
They've been building this tension with the Judgment Day for a while now, and they haven't pulled the trigger.
I don't think they're going to pull the trigger.
Yeah, definitely. But I do think that Rusev is going to take that IC title off of Dom, and then we're going to circle back to Rusev versus Sheamus. Because remember, Sheamus, the Intercontinental title is the one title that Sheamus hasn't won. So I think Rusev is going to take the IC title from Dom, and then eventually we're going to get Rusev versus Sheamus for that IC title again.
What I really want is for them to give Rusev a lengthy reign with the title. I don't want him to be a transitional champion. Be like, oh, he wins it from Dominic, and then all of a sudden we're just thrown into Sheamus and Rusev. No, I want to see Rusev have like a little lengthy reign with the Intercontinental title. I
agree with you. He should have a lengthy reign. Sheamus versus Rusev, you built to it. That could be your WrestleMania match.
Mm-hmm.
Give Sheamus his WrestleMania moment by having won the IC title.
Surprisingly, I thought this would be a squash match, and it would be over with. But I was surprised that the match got a good amount of time.
Yeah, you would think that this would be a squash match, right? Just based on Rusev and being it JD McDonagh, but no, it wasn't. Got decent time here.
Yeah.
But I do think sooner or later, Dom being a double champ is gonna get to his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to lose one title.
Yeah. I don't know if this match, I don't know if Rusev versus Dom is gonna happen necessarily at Crown Jewel, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably happen after Survivor Series, because remember, Survivor Series is in San Diego, and I think that they would want to have Dom as double champ in San Diego.
Yeah.
So
why not? So why not hold it to Survivor Series, which you're
Exactly.
gonna be at?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at Survivor Series. So next we get Jey Uso versus LA Knight. Yeah. Honestly, I am so over this feud.
It was a good match though, but the Vision comes out there once again. And I'm like, can you imagine if this was the main event?
I would have pulled my hairs out. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it was a bad match. I'm just saying, like, I'm just tired of the Vision of this whole feud.
I might just move on.
Yeah, I mean, we find out that next week it's going to be the Vision versus the Usos in a tornado tag match. And a WrestlePalooza rematch.
That's going to be the main event next week.
Wouldn't surprise me if it is.
Oh, it will be. We all know.
We also have a backstage summit with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. They asked for a match with Los Americanos. I have to say, like, I really like the Los Americanos unit that they did. I thought it was pretty hilarious. And I say that as a Latina. I didn't mind it.
I really don't care about this whole thing.
But honestly, they did kind of lose me here, because I know the original storyline with El Grande Americano was Chad Gable trying to figure out the lucha libre. Be the master.
You want to learn the lucha libre way.
Yeah, the lucha libre, because he was feuding with LWO and Dragon Lee, and then once Ludwig Kaiser started portraying a character, they seemed to kind of drop that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, where is the LWO anyways?
AAA.
So I don't know exactly where this version of El Grande Americano plus Los Americanos is going, but I know that it's definitely not the original storyline anymore.
Yeah, it's just a waste.
Hey, but hey, like, Ludwig Kaiser is actually doing a really good job with it.
Yeah.
I honestly felt bad for him at first, because it's like, he's a great wrestler and you're giving him that, but he really threw himself into the role.
Probably, until Chad Gable comes back.
Yeah, that's true. Imagine we get like a Sin Cara situation, like Sin Cara suit is. We're gonna do the El Grande Americano 1 versus El Grande Americano 2.
And when Chad Gable comes back, are we gonna get this? Are we gonna get the Spider-Man thing where they're like pointing to each other? I'm like, do we really need that?
Yeah. So, but I am curious to see where they go with this storyline. But we'll have to wait and see. Alrighty, what you have anything else to
add? Let's talk about the WrestlePalooza review that ESPN put out, which I thought was hilarious.
Oh yeah, let me pull that up right now,
because we need to talk about this. So, reviewer on ESPN reviewed.
Okay, I got it. I found it. Oh, my bad. I went a low. Okay, so by Andreas Hell.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is off the ESPN website. This is the era of WWE Premium Live Events. PLEs on ESPN kicked off with WrestlePalooza from Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis on Saturday. The 7 singles meetings between John Cena and Brock Lesnar started off the night, and it would be the Beast Incarnate who would dominate and pin his rival Cena in stunning fashion. A new women's world champion was crowned as Stephanie Vaquer defeated Iyo Sky in an excellent showdown. So I'm not going to read all of this.
Yeah.
But basically, It goes on to say that after each PLE, they assess the quality of each wrestling match based on effective storytelling, in-ring performance, and overall entertainment, and they grade the event as a whole. So they ask, did WrestlePalooza deliver on its promise of epic moments? And they start off with the women's world title match, Iyo Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. They give this grade a B+.
I would have to agree.
Yes, I agree with this too. So for the tag team match, Uso versus the Vision, they give it a C, and I have to agree with them on that one.
I have to give it maybe a B-.
They say here this wasn't a bad match, but the Usos have certainly had better outings, and he's not wrong about that.
Yeah, because the match started off as a tag team match, and then all of a sudden it goes into like a street fight, no holds barred match.
So the next one they ranked was a mixed tag match, CM Punk and AJ versus Seth and Becky Lynch. They give this a C. I have to disagree with this because I actually really like this match. This was my favorite match of the whole night.
I'd give it a B+.
Yeah, this was definitely a B+. As close as you can get to an A.
There was definitely no A+ match.
Oh, yeah. And then we had the Undisputed WWE Championship match, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. This was given a C.
I agree.
Because as a main event, this should have been epic. Mediocre. This should have been,
very mediocre.
Yeah, but it's just, I still don't know why this main evented.
Because the Undisputed WWE Championship was on the line.
So the singles match, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, was given a C-.
I agree. It's the same old match that we saw at SummerSlam 2014.
Okay, so they give the final grade a C, and they say the excellent Vaquer versus Sky match saved the show from being truly average. It was a phenomenal display inside the squared circle. Everything else was either underwhelming, the short Rhodes McIntyre match, or a setup for a future match, Lesnar dominating Cena. For a card that promised to have epic moments, it fell a little short of expectations, and I have to agree with that. Although I kind of disagree with the mixed tag match, because like I said, I really enjoyed the mixed tag match for what it was. But the fact that the ESPN gave this show a C,
that tells you something, because they're doing business with ESPN.
Yeah, exactly.
The PLEs. Now that they gave WrestlePalooza a C, it's going to convince WWE to put on a good show in Crown Jewel.
Oh, yeah.
Next month.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because you know that ESPN are going to be on them.
Oh, yeah. And I talked about this during my review. I said that I did not think this show was worth the $30. And as someone that does not watch other sports besides WWE, I definitely do not think the $30 was worth this pay-per-view. I don't know. Maybe Crown Jewel can convince me otherwise, but this just was not worth it.
Well, I got the app free through my cable provider.
Yeah. Again, a lot of it has to do also with the match card order. Like, if the women's match and the mixed tag match would have gone second and last, I think it would have helped the show a little bit.
I agree.
Yeah, but yeah, this was not a good debut on ESPN. We'll see how they do for Crown Jewel.
And even they know.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. That's probably why they scrambled for Raw today.
Mm-hmm. I think they saw the review and they're like, oh shit, we got to do something for Raw tonight.
Yeah. And they still included the Vision on the opening segment. So I don't grade based on letters, because if I did, tonight's Raw would probably be like a C or B, C/B.
It would be it would be like a B for me.
Like a 79.9%. But on a scale from 1 to Sean's perfect 10, what do you rank tonight's Raw?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Very good show it was. Much, much better than Crown Jewel. WrestlePalooza.
I do agree it was a better show than WrestlePalooza. I definitely do think that it is a 7. I would have given it a 7.5 had the Vision not opened Raw. What about you?
I agree.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, Mike, where can people find you?
Well, you guys can find me on my channel here, Michael101591. I do WWE reviews, Monday Night Raw every Monday, SmackDown every Friday. I have, do movie reviews. I have DVD, Blu-ray, 4K updates on my channel. Also, old school commercials. My Monday Night Raw review is now up on my channel. So when we're done with the live stream, hop on over to my channel and check out my full in-depth review of tonight's Raw, where I go and review the whole show. The matches, move to move. So, I also have the Bell Call podcast, which I do. So you could check that out as well. And, I do it very frequently. The Tilla pops in from time to time on that as well. So, so come over and check out my channel and subscribe.
Yeah. And that's what yours truly. You can follow me on Twitter at @the_. I talked about wrestling and Power Rangers. And I'm trying to get back into my live streaming schedule. So make sure you like and subscribe. Me hit that bell so you can notify whenever I go live, release a new video. And hopefully soon, within the next coming weeks, I can finally have gaming on my Twitch channel. I was definitely will let everybody know once that is up and ready.
Let's hope.
All right. I'll see you guys Friday, hopefully, for Friday Night SmackDown. Bye.
Yeah.